Sub-zero temperatures means an icy start for many of us, some snow showers in the forecast, and it remains cold. We'll have the full forecast in about 15 minutes. Good morning. I think ice is just going to be the main issue through the next few days. But for ice, we need wet weather to have fallen from the sky. I think the big thing is the sub-zero temperatures, and that's why we have this cold weather alert in force. It's very different to the weather warnings that we have. So a cold weather alert is issued by the Met Office when we reach a certain threshold for a certain amount of time. So across the whole of England, we're expecting temperatures for average to be below 2 degrees for 48 hours. And it means health and social care services put their cold weather plans into action. So very vulnerable people, very old and very young, susceptible to this very cold weather. And that cold weather alert is different to our weather warnings that we have in place. Here's where they are at the moment. It's mostly for snow and ice through northern, western and southern areas of the UK. Anywhere where wet weather has fallen with sub-zero temperatures widely, it could be icy, but snow showers. Good morning to you. Cold, frosty, icy weather will continue to be the theme for things across the UK through the next few days. Warnings at the moment for ice and snow for northern areas of Scotland, western and southern areas. Basically, everyone is sub-zero, but where we have wet weather, so the cold stays with us as we head through the next 7 days to start at least. So Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern areas of England, temperatures start below average by day and by night. But the trend here, it turns much milder. As we head into next week. Percentage chance of rainfall, how likely we are to see wet weather? Well, it is largely dry. It's these wintry showers through the next few days, but turning wetter as we see the transition to milder conditions into next week. Fortunes further south for England and Wales for the next 7 days. Again, first of all, looking at our trend in temperature, it is cold, and then slowly things start to warm up into next week. Percentage chance of rainfall will actually always closer to high pressure, always staying largely dry. A few wintry showers in the forecast today, but by and large, the outlook for southern areas is dry and warming up. Yes, when we have sub-zero temperatures, as we do today, as we will for much of this week, it is ice that is the main cause for concern. Sub-zero temperatures with wet weather, and we have snow warnings and ice warnings for Scotland, western areas of England and Wales, right along the south coast as well. Anywhere with cold and frosty is the name of the game through the next few days, but beautiful sunshine as well. And basically, when we have clear skies at night, the temperatures drop rapidly, but then sunshine by day. It's largely dry, but we have showers around. It's cold enough for them to be strong enough to potentially bring down power lines, which could cause. They had 500 more calls in 5 hours. So the advice is to drive in a slow gear, brake and accelerate really slowly, and just make sure you have more warm weather gear inside your car and charging banks, because you just don't know if you maybe get caught up in an accident.
Yeah. All right, Laura, thanks very much indeed.
Yes, sub-zero temperatures and anywhere where wet weather's fallen, it means it's the risk of ice. So snow and ice warnings for northern and western areas of the UK today. The big issue, of course, if you're driving or walking on pavements, you just can't see it. So the advice, allow extra time for your journey, extra distance as well. It can take 10 times longer to stop in icy weather. But for many of us today, there's lots of sunshine around, and that's why it's so cold to start sub-zero widely. Showers for northern Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales and the south west, a mixture of rain, sleet and snow. Onto the cold surfaces, even where we've had grip around, it could still be very slippy. But away from these areas, actually lots of winter sunshine, lots of dry weather if you're wrapping up warm, nice to enjoy. Highs of 6 today at best, but when we add in the winds, feeling more like freezing.